Okay, I am back. Not back. I just made it to the school. I'm getting logged into my computer and I'm going to show you guys kind of what I do to get, like I said, prepared. I have a lot to prepare and print. I also have a meeting with my principal this morning. We're starting a behavior chart for one of my friends, so we're going to go over that. Sip on my coffee. It's 7:17, so I have some time, but I'm panicking a little bit. Is it Friday yet? I wish. I'm exhausted. So this is how we're starting out. Okay, it finally loaded. Google was taking way too long to load for my liking. It took maybe 10 seconds, but I need it to load immediately. Okay, so I get, please ignore, I make lots of notes to myself, so. All right, here is August. As you can see, I only have Monday planned, and that's okay. That is okay, because like I said, my internet went out. And it's like literally 5-point font, so I have to zoom in. When I make my weekly slides, I just make a copy of last week's. I don't really see the need to create brand new ones from scratch. So I just fix the dates. It's just 21st. And then make a copy. And then there's that. I just input the new things that I need to for this week, for today. So I will get rid of this because we have a new homework. My morning meeting. I don't follow the traditional plan of morning meeting. I kind of tweak it a little bit. We always say good morning to each other. We do our own class pledge. I created our class pledge based on our class promises. We do a share. I only have a few kids share each day. Eventually they'll be able to like sign up for share. We're not gonna do beat the timer. We did that last week. Oh, whoops. Hang on. I need to think of a share, so I'll just do that. A lot of this was last week, just kind of leaderboard winners. I always love doing leaderboard winners. I always have a winner for IXLs, reading counts, reflex, and dojos. And we go over it every Monday. It's really cute. Hopefully I will show a video of that. I'm gonna do table jobs. A lot of this is just notes for me, things to remember to say during morning meeting. So we're struggling, a lot of us struggling getting our green lights during the day. They have 20 minutes, like 20 minutes. That is perfectly enough time. Plus, if they ever finish something up early, they can do that. And I just have a lot of kids who aren't getting it, so I'm making it, I've always made this a rule. If you cannot get your green light, it's just going to be homework. Like if you're messing around, it's homework. So there's that. I need to do our Monday agenda. I need to get our stations good to go. It's just a lot of print and prep, and it's like stressing me out a little bit. Okay, all right, I'm gonna put this down and whoops, get started. Be sure I've talked about Callie Danielle planner. I'm sorry, I'm doing two things at once, so that's why I'm being a little bit slow. But this planner, oh my gosh, it has been just so amazing. It's so there's like so much space, and I just think it's so cute. Like, look at this. This is September's like intro page. I love it. So usually what I do is I have an entire list of things I need to prep or print, but as you know, my Wi-Fi was down. I'm not sure if I mentioned that, but my Wi-Fi was down last night, and it's down until Thursday. So I have to make a makeshift list right here, which is fine. So I have to print all of this, prep all of those. Homework can wait for a little bit, but get all that ready to go. I am prepared for a Monday. Now, last Monday I was not. I was in a worse state than I am today. So I'm normally pretty prepared. I always have, we do ADLR, which is just our grammar. It's got 5 boxes of just different things like nouns, verbs, sentences, just, you know, all the grammar stuff, and we do that every week. We do 1 slide a day. We do it on our Chromebooks, but I know a lot of people print it, and so I usually have that prepared. I have our morning check-in prepared. I need to go around and update our leaderboard, and I need to go around and update my flip calendar. I'm doing better at that, but I'm still a little bit behind. So I need to go around and do that. Just kind of get everything prepared. I need to go print. So here are our agendas. Each kid gets one, and we just write like our homework and like any important reminders. So we'll write like library tomorrow just as a heads up. This goes home with them every night. They're supposed to write in it every morning. I have some kiddos who struggle. I mean, it's a struggle bus. Plus breakfast is just really long, so they turn their old one in from last week every Monday, so they'll turn that in, and then they'll get a fresh one on their desk to write in. I always write in it first, take a picture and post it, you know, on the big projector screen, so that way they know what to write. So there's that. Citizenship. A teacher, another 3rd grade teacher sent us like a little citizenship flip book. I thought that was genius because we're struggling just a little bit. But with our Sunday page, we rarely fill out the whole thing. Like it's a lot. So especially, this is only lesson 4. Vocab page, probably the ones me and you remember from school. Doing stations this morning, so I'm getting my teacher station prepared, which I talked to my mentor teacher because it was something I kind of struggled with, was setting up my reading block, because there's just so much that we have to do, and she really helped me, and I appreciate her so much. She helped me, and she's been a lifesaver because she told me how she structures hers, and I'm not necessarily doing everything that she's doing, but I am following her structure because I think it's, you know, perfect and it's exactly what we need. So I'm getting our teacher station prepared, vocab page, and just task cards. Punctuation. We're doing punctuation task cards for stations. I'm usually not this. My hair also. Are you serious? It's fine. I really cannot wait to get my hair cut. I've always had super long hair, but it also always grows. My hair always grows super fast, or it used to. It's been a couple years since I've cut it. It was actually 2020 when I cut it to like here. I mean, all that growth. So I've got some trims here and there, but note-taking sheet. I also, like my daily slides that I always pull up are Dojo, or we do Infinite Campus to take attendance, Go Guardian, my email, my drive. I pull up my lesson plans, obviously. Any videos that I know I'm going to be playing, I pull those up in advance so that I don't have to keep going to find them. Something I really despise this year is our paper usage system. I don't know if that makes sense, but the teachers were given 1 case of paper to last us until December, which in theory should be plenty. But the thing is, we have to take our own paper back and forth. There's not like a supply of paper anywhere. So we have to haul around a big giant thing of paper if we ever want to print. So it's kind of a stinker, like if you have to go print something real quick and you're like, oh crap, I forgot my paper. So I have to go grab my big sack of paper for like all these copies, and then I'm gonna go meet with my principal, so I'll check in when I can. Okay, it's 7:41. I just got all of my printing done for today, and I need to go through, paperclip everything, and just, you know, prepare. I literally say prepare myself for the day all the time, but it's because in the morning sometimes I just feel like a big jumbled giant mess, and that's okay. So got all my printing done. Oh no, I didn't. I forgot something. It's fine. I have to think of how to do that anyway. It's our flip book. See, just when you thought you had it all figured out, you definitely don't. But it's fine. So this is our note-taking sheet that the kiddos will use today. I have it up on my whiteboard, and all they're gonna do is just basically write what I write. So now I have everything fully printed. I definitely did not do the flip book correctly, and I just don't care right now. I have it, it's just a regular printed paper, it's fine. So I need to staple that. I need to cut apart my test cards, write in my agenda, and just get my slides pulled out. So it is 7:56. I somehow managed to get everything pulled up, printed, prepped. We also just got word that with the heat index, we have to stay inside for recess. So, and today is actually the coolest day of the week. So that probably means we'll be inside every day. So pray for us. Hello, it is 2:02. The kids are actually at specials. So I have to go pick them up in 3 minutes. It's been a really awesome day. Kids have done really, really well. Started a behavior chart, has done phenomenal with it. I've really been trying to give him as many, smiley faces as I possibly can. Like I said, he's been doing amazing. So when they come back, we'll have about 50 minutes until the end of the day. We tried to get onto Bottle, and it was just a weird login system. I don't even know, but we're gonna skip that for now, and then we have something called Win Time, and it's new to our district last year, but we're doing it just a tad bit differently this year. So just kind of showing them what we do during Win Time, talking to them about it. Trying to think. I'm making a little sticky note list of things I need to do after school before I leave, considering I don't have Wi-Fi at home, so I need to make sure everything's good to go for tomorrow. Yeah, I'll check back in at the end of the day. Good afternoon. It is 4:07. Just getting a breather and getting things prepared for tomorrow. Like I said, my Wi-Fi's out until Thursday, so I have to everything printed and prepped before I leave, which is nice. So I'm trying to find a great expanded form lesson. I really can't. I don't know that I've ever done a really, really awesome expanded form lesson, and I feel like that's what kids struggle with the most. So I'm trying to find just ideas. Our day was super amazing. My kiddo, who was on a behavior chart, did phenomenal today, absolutely amazing. And I know it's just the honeymoon phase with that, so we shall see. But he was very proud of himself, and I made sure I was like, please take this home to mom, show mom. And he was like, I promise I will. Like, he was so excited about it. So I have a little bit of a to-do. We'll see if I get it all done. A lot of it's just emails. So it is 4:18 and I just pretty much finished up getting everything ready for tomorrow. I need to go print some things, but I just thought it might be just be kind of cool to show you what a classroom looks like that's been a little bit lived in. We're going in week 3, so just kind of show you around things that have been working, things that I had to change a little bit, and just anything different. First and foremost, this is just kind of what I've seen. This became my IXL wall. I know that when I was doing setup, I mentioned reading counts, and I knew I needed a way to get my students motivated for IXLs. So I came up with a different solution for reading counts, but this is my IXLs. As you can tell, these 3 really are motivated and do really well with IXL, and it's more so because I do like a leaderboard, which I'll get to in a minute, but that's kind of the system like that. Once they get a 100%, they put a sticker on their chart. Once it's filled up, they're supposed to remind me to come get a piece of candy, but it's fine. Once they fill the whole thing, they can get a coupon. My hydration station's actually been doing pretty well. I have a couple kiddos who forget to put their water bottle over there, but it's really not that big of a deal. I moved my place value area over here. We only go up to the 100,000s. I have yet to use these. We'll see. I had a kid ask me what they're for, and I'm like, well, we'll get to it one day. We'll see. I got some testing folders, which I'm very thankful for. I needed some. Okay, this is how I'm doing reading counts. So I came up with this because we do so many different things for reading. Like, we do epic, we do read theory, and then we do reading counts. I was like, why don't I just have one big giant system for all reading tests? So whenever they pass a quiz or pass the epic quiz, whatever it is, they can get a ticket and then put it in here. And then Friday, I do a raffle. I have not done one yet because I keep forgetting, but honestly, it's just brand new to everybody, so we'll get through it. But that's what that's for. I did have it had a gold middle piece, but I've lost it. I don't know where it is, so we're using a pencil. And then in here, so I used to do the reading raffle, but I completely ran out of those, and I really don't feel like going to print more, and I had a whole bunch of tickets left, so I just put them in. Okay, student mailboxes. As you can tell, we are falling apart. No, I'm just kidding. This is more so just for me. I don't have the students get their own mail. I stuff it myself. I just put things in here that need to go home, and it's just a good system. Up here, this is where I keep like no name papers. So I need to go through that. Extra headphones. We missed you folder. I've not really had to use that yet. Over here is our lunch and breakfast. This area. So my management this year is, and I did a reading. I read a book called 1, 2, 3 Magic in the Classroom, and I absolutely loved it. It was so simple to just read and understand and implement, whereas all these other behavior managements, like, it's just too much. So I found this 1, 2, 3 management, and basically what it is like if a student's not following the rules or whatever it is, you just look at them and you're like, okay, that's 1. Stern, you don't show any emotion, like it's not a battle. If they do something else, you're like, okay, that's 2. So now they've had 2 warnings, they need to shape up. But if they get to 3, I would say, okay, that's 3, you need to go take 5. They would know that they need to go take 5, which is over here. They need to bring either themselves or maybe their work. They need to come over here for about 5 minutes just to kind of cool down and refocus. behind that wall, our school is a TBRI school, and those are just regulation strategies and just kind of calm down and breathing techniques. Inside of that, I'm going to be putting think sheets. So my principal was like, you know, it's just good data tracking, and I knew I wanted to, I just hadn't got to it yet. But so if a kid does happen to have to come back here, they would fill out a reflection sheet, and then they'd have to sign it, and it'd go home. So on top, that's just where our lunch boxes go. We have our junior teacher takes that to lunch every day and brings it back. This has Band-Aids, trash bags, I don't know if anything's in there, lost and found, Lysol wipes, and this top one is pencils. I have a pencil sharpener. I refuse to turn on that pencil sharpener. I need to just put it away. I just keep putting out freshly sharpened pencils, and it worked really well last year, so we're gonna keep it that way. Next section right here, this is my reading counts, or I'm sorry, my leaderboard wall. I always do a leaderboard or a leader category. So we have someone who has mastered the most IXLs, someone who has the most dojo points after our dojo store, someone with the most reading counts points earned, and then someone who's earned the most reflex facts. So those were my winners from last week. We announced it this week. Something fun we do every Monday when we're announcing the leaderboard winners is, like, I'll say, all right, our winner for IXLs last week was, and then for example is Caden, and we all would turn to him and we'd go, I'd say give him the 10-finger woo, we'd go woo, just kind of celebrate them and get them pumped up. They really love it. Even your shy kids, they get a big giant smile on their face. Like, they love to do that, and the kids love to like celebrate each other. So we do that. Well, so far it's done wonders. I really shouldn't say wonders. It's just, it's done its purpose. I put my old anchor charts that we've already talked about. I didn't make one for sequencing, and I've yet to make one for ways to represent a number, but that's okay. That's where those are gonna go. This would be pictures, and those would actually go onto my little IKEA frames, but I haven't really thought of it and thought to do it. So then my task cards, I do my back wall of task cards, so that way the classroom's a little spread out. So my teacher table, then there's read with partner, technologies at their desk, and then task cards are all against the back wall. So I know that we're not interfering with each other, and we are where we should be. So task cards this week were just punctuation, how should we end this? It was just like a freebie off TPT. Reading counts wall. I have some people, I probably need to add way more, I just haven't got to it yet. And that when we get to our 500, which is just our goal, we were already at 100, basically 100 like the second week of school, which is awesome. But once we get to that 500, we would come up with a prize. I told him I could bring in like a treat or something, just to celebrate all the hard work. I will say my kids are not as motivated with reading counts. I think after we go to library tomorrow, they will be. Our librarian gives out prizes based on their, you know, like point club or whatever. But so I think once the kids see all the cool prizes that other kids get, they'll get more with it. Last week on Friday, since they beat me student versus teacher, I won. I showed them my flexible seating, which is kind of hidden. I told them that was not their prize. I just kind of wanted them to, you know, see it, learn the expectations, the rules, and how it works. And their prize is actually a little bit of extra recess. We went outside, did a math activity, and we had a little bit of extra recess. I felt like they really deserved it because they have worked so hard. Our schedule is a little bit like tight this year. It's really been a struggle getting everything in. I know the beginning of the year is just hard, but we're getting better, and we just have such a small amount of time to get things in, and it takes them so long to just log into their Chromebooks. But you gotta do what you gotta do and just go with what you got. So, but like I said, they're doing so much better. They're improving every single day. So every morning, this is kind of like my morning meeting area. Well, it hasn't been for the past couple of days, but every morning I'll have my agenda up, or my agenda / to-do, and after that timer goes off, they have a 20-minute timer, and it'll say like morning meeting in 2 minutes. I guess I could show you, but 2 minutes. They have 2 minutes to kind of clean up their breakfast and come make a circle. I don't make them sit on their sit spot for morning meeting because the purpose is I want them to make a circle to see everybody and just kind of like a sense of community. Also, I had to move their desks because they cannot handle being in groups. But yeah, so this is kind of where they go for morning meeting. And then like today we did a note-taking activity. So I had them grab a clipboard and then they had to sit on their sit spot, and I actually wheeled this over to here so that way we could take notes together, and it's just, you know, a way for them to get some movement and just a change of scenery. I know that's always really nice. So the whiteboard has been phenomenal. I am so happy that that teacher got rid of it because I was about to go buy one. I knew I needed one, and it just is like chef's kiss. It's perfect. I wanted to kind of show you what I did today for like meet the teacher. So I found this on 2PT. Our skill this week is compare and contrast, and instead of writing a big giant long article about bees or something and comparing and contrasting, clearly we need to start small, plus it's only week 3. So I found this. It's very short, very sweet, donuts and cinnamon rolls, and it's just a small little article that kind of talks about their differences and how they're you know, the same. So we talked about like compare and contrast. I showed them the hand movements. Tomorrow we'll do like a bigger whole brain teaching with it, and plus just schema. Kids know what donuts and cinnamon rolls are. I try to, as much as I can, activate that schema and obtain articles, like activities that I know kids have either at least heard of or actually done, so that way it resonates more with them. But that's what we did for Meet the Teacher. Like I said, task cards, they did like punctuation and then read with a partner. Our curriculum has like those little like the little books, the leveled reader, so I had kiddos read those. And then technology, I just had them work on an IXL, which was a compare and contrast one. Those are pretty tough, but I gave it to my 2 like higher groups, I guess. So, oh, here's like one of the little stories that they read. It's just one of the little leveled readers. We also introduced our vocab words, which are right behind. So usually what I have them do is, and this is completely for my mentor teacher, they come with these pictures, and she would cover up the vocab word. So I would put this under my document camera. The kids, you know, they would only see the picture, and I'd tell them on their whiteboards, think of 1, maybe 2 words that, you know, this vocab word could be. What is happening in the picture? Think of a vocab word. Not think of a vocab word, but like, what do you think it could be? So I give them about 10 seconds. They write down something, they hold it up, I give them a thumbs up. I never really say if anybody's right. I sometimes give a hint, like, ooh, somebody's got it, or that's a good guess. And then after the time is up, I rip off the Post-it note and we all say the word together, and then I flip it over, and then there's the definition on the back. Definition on the back. And then if it's like a tricky one, like doesn't quite make sense, we'll kind of look at the picture together and we're like, why do you think they chose this picture? Or why do you think, or what do you think they're doing to where maybe they're trading, you know, since the word's traded. What are they trading? Or, you know, just getting more and more practice out of it, because sometimes they do like to trick them. Did a vocab page with these after we were finished, and then I'm trying to think what else. Then we went into our station. So like I said, this is when we did this and all the other works. And then we did our Sunday, which is our spelling, our phonics curriculum. The other 3rd grade teachers found this citizenship, or I guess citizen activity, and I probably showed this in an earlier clip, but I didn't print it right, and I just didn't care because I was not about to spend this whole time with, you know, I came in pretty early this morning, but I wanted to make sure everything was good to go. I was not concerned about how it looked stapled and printed. I didn't care. Plus, they got the message very clear anyway that, you know, being a good citizen is everything in a classroom, at school, even at home. So it's a really cute activity. I'm not sure where it's from. It's like, how can I be a good citizen at home? Then it gives 2 examples. Good citizen in the classroom, 2 examples, and then in school, 2 examples. And I had them draw a picture. For some reason, these kids really hate drawing. They hate coloring and drawing, and I'm like, we do quite a bit of that. I like to do a lot of crafts and, you know, get their hands moving, but oh, I also wanted to mention this class, which I love. This class absolutely, I shouldn't say absolutely, and I shouldn't say this class. A lot of the kids in this class actually like completing IXLs. I love IXLs. I did IXLs when I was in school, but it's really tough to get kiddos on board with the IXL, considering like it's not like a gamified, you know, I tell you what, I'm tired. 4 hours of sleep is killing me. It's not like a gamified website. I mean, they have games, which is awesome. I know they just added those, and I do usually let them play them after a certain amount, but I think that's just kind of what stumps most of them. They would prefer, like Bottle, for example, they would prefer to just play the games the whole time. But this group actually pretty well likes it, and it's not hard for me to get them to get on. Like, this one girl's face like lights up when I mention the words IXL. She's like, okay. So that's really nice to see. As long as I just hope that I can get that love for reading counts. I mean, we had it the first week of school, but it's fine. Reading, then we went to lunch. Recess, which recess, I know this morning I mentioned that our principal said that we had to have inside recess, but we were given an okay to do 15 minutes outside and 15 minutes inside. So, and the kids were on board with that. I mean, I had study hall, so I had to keep a couple kiddos in, and by the time I walked out, I was only out there for like 5 minutes. I could not breathe. It was so hot out there. The kids were like rolling sweat and poor kids, but they were just having a blast. They're just excited to get out, and I don't blame them. So we came back in, had about 15 minutes of inside recess, which I just let them play with, like, I have puzzles and Jenga blocks, and then I have like the hashtag blocks or whatever, and then I also have just board games, and I let them just kind of chat, because they clearly need that time to just chat. But so then we did that, and we went to the restroom, came back. I love our after recess routine. They calm down, I have them come in, grab their snack, and they get logged into Reflex, and it is a beautiful sound when they're munching and working. There's no talking, because they have to get their green light. If they don't get their green light, then it's extra homework, which reminds me I need to send a couple of messages out, because 20 minutes is a lot of time, and I even gave extra time, like towards the end of the day. I was like, okay, if you don't do your homework, or I'm sorry, if you don't work on your green light right now, it's gonna be extra homework. And the kids, some of the kids were like, okay, I want extra homework, so I didn't bother. But if they don't do it, then there's gonna be a consequence tomorrow. So I was not gonna fight with them on that by any means, but so yeah, Reflex after recess is beautiful. They come in, they're quiet, they're focused. For the most part, I have a couple rowdier ones, but so after they get their green light, they have to prove it to me. They have to raise their hand or give me a thumbs up, and I know to come over there and check it. Then I have them walk over here, and they just scribble in their name and the day. So for example, Monday, and then we'll do Tuesday, Wednesday. That's new this year. I'm trying to think. I don't think I did anything like that last year, but it's more so just like an accountability tracker. I just want to hold them accountable, because I do Fun Friday, and they have to have at least 3 green lights, and they have to have these weekly IXLs done, which I haven't wrote up yet, which is over here. They have to have 3 of those, at least 1 choice, and their homework turned in every single day of the week, and then they can have Fun Friday, which Fun Friday for me is just, you get free time as your early finisher, and free time is morning work. So they love it. Most of my kids earned it last week, but I ended up giving the whole class a little bit of extra free time because, like I said, they beat me student versus teacher, so we just had an awesome week last week. So just wanted to do that. Look, I'm still on Wednesday, August 16th. So that's when I had the kiddos bring a clipboard, pencil, and then we took notes on, here, let's see this. This is their paper. It's a pack from Amy Grosbeck. It literally looks just like my whiteboard, except it's a little bit prettier, nicer font. And we just filled in the blanks. So like standard form, extended form, word form, and model form, which I called it picture form. I think they'll get the gist of it. But we filled this out together, and then I collected it, and then I actually had some time to show them Bottle. I absolutely love Bottle, and I will hands down always probably pick that. I like Prodigy too, but I lean more towards Bottle. I don't know why. There's not really a reason. It just kind of happens that way. I introduced them to Bottle, and I logged in as a student just to kind of show them what it looks like. I didn't assign an activity because I know that it does like a pre-test. So I showed them, and then literally I had them try to log in, and it just, I don't understand if it was something I did. I don't know, the system or the way that Bottle wanted the students to log in just was all over the place. It wouldn't find their login, or the account wasn't I don't even know. But I had everyone put their hands up because I was getting a little stressed, and they all put their hands up, and then I said, everyone leave your Chromebook open. We're gonna go to art. I'm gonna try to figure this out. We all lined up. I walked them to art, and then I had to go have a quick meeting with my principal. But I came back and all their Chromebooks were, you know, off, like it went to sleep or whatever. So I was like, I am not about to log into all these Chromebooks. So I told them that when we got back, I had ended up shutting their Chromebooks, and they were all walked in. They were like, why is my Chromebook closed? So I told them, I was like, I'm sorry, your screens all went dark. I couldn't plug and fix it. We'll worry about it another time. Posted an assignment on there tomorrow. Hopefully we can get logged in and figure it out. A lot of kids actually figured it out because, you know, kids are curious and they just click things until it, you know, works. But I had about five to seven who are gonna need a lot more support with that. So Bottle was a hit. They seemed really excited. I've never had a class not excited because it really is that fun, and the kids love it. So then we went to specials, and we came back, and we are starting what we call win time. And I only had 9 kids in my classroom during that time, which was, you know, in theory really awesome. But we couldn't really get a lot done because a lot of kids we were doing pre-tests. And it's just all these silly little tests. But so I had a group of kids pulled out. They went to Lexia, and a group of kids went for SPED, and then I had some kids and I introduced them to read theory, and that's where I talked more about those tickets. So when they would get like an 80%, or above, they would be able to write a ticket, put it in the jar. I told them that if they get a 100%, they get 2 tickets, and they get to give themselves a dojo. And they, like, I thought they were gonna lose their minds. Like, Class Dojo has been a lifesaver, and you know, I've always used Class Dojo, but for some reason this group like really loves it, and I'm so excited about it. But when I told them that they could give themselves a dojo, like their eyes were like, oh, are you serious? So, and then I don't know how to give myself a dojo. I said, don't worry about it, I'll show you when we get there. But it was just really cute. So we did that, and then they were seriously rocking it. So I didn't make them stop. I didn't really have a next plan because I knew the pre-test would take a while. So I just let them keep going, or they could have started on their homework for tonight. But most of them chose to keep going, so that was great. And so yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. It's after school, obviously, and I'm just kind of looking around. So I pretty much am planned for tomorrow. There's a couple things I need to go print. It's almost 5 o'clock. Oh my gosh, Eli's gonna kill me. But so I'll get all that ready to go. He actually had to leave work a little bit early today, so whatever. It's been a little bit of a lifesaver because, as you can tell, here's my teacher table, here's the projector, all the way over there is my desk. So instead of getting up to walk over, stop the timer, restart the timer, I bought a wireless mouse and keyboard, and it has like truly been a lifesaver. So if I'm working with a small group here and I see that the timers just went off, I don't have to get up, walk all the way around and do that. It's just right here, and it's just so handy and convenient, and I truly think this is the best purchase I've ever made. And it's very small and silly, but makes a difference. So if you ever are looking for a way to get the kiddos, like, you know, motivated, I shouldn't say motivated, like into, you know, kind of a more boring, I don't even know, an activity that's probably not so much fun and the kids are like dreading. I came up with a little solution. I found this little, like a snowball. It's got like a, yeah, I bought it at the teacher store, and I got to thinking, I was like, this would be a great activity. Like if I'm just calling on kids, I can toss it to them, they can squeeze it. It's just a good engagement piece, I guess is the word. So we do this during our math box time. I call it my magic snowball, and the kids love it when it comes out. Basically, the math box is just 4 questions a day, just as review for math, and we do it as a warm-up, and they absolutely love it. I get basically everybody's hand up in the air to read and help me with the problem. So, and it's really awesome. So, like, let's say for example, we started on question 5 today because we started last Friday. So I would be like, all right, I need a buddy to help me read question 5. I'd pick somebody, I'd toss it, and they were able to squish it and read it and help me solve it, and then they got to pick the buddy. That's a big thing I do in my class. I'm gonna be honest, I don't like to pick kids. I like for them to pick people, other people. So when we do like popcorn reading, and we really don't do popcorn reading, but if we do any activity to where I want volunteers, I make the kids pick, and it makes the engagement go up even more. So that's another tip. But invest in a little like squishy ball, and we definitely went over expectations because this is a really fun ball to squish, and I know a lot of them went to squeeze it, but I talked about like you have to be really easy because it will go really fast. So I think I'm gonna end the vlog here. I hope this was a little bit helpful or a little bit interesting if you were curious to see what a Monday looks like in my life. I'm sure more teachers are way more prepared and more amazing, but this is just kind of what a 3rd-year teacher has going on in her head. Eventually I'll get better at it and more into the swing of things, but it's all brand new to all of us. So I just want to say thank you very much for all my subscribers, my watchers. Please don't forget to like and subscribe this video. In the future, I would really love to do like a classroom tour, like a more in-depth. If that's something you're curious of seeing, please let me know. Also, do you prefer like weekly vlogs or like daily vlogs like this? This was my first daily vlog, and I of course could improve, but I think it was pretty fun just to kind of take you through the day by day, or I'm sorry, the minute by minute kind of system, and just kind of what I do in a day. But yeah, I don't really know what else. So like I said, thank you very much, and I'll catch you in the next one.